So feel free to, along the way, ask us anything and we'll try to answer within that hour. So I'll pass it on to Amanda. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today on this Saturday morning. Pretty early, but thank you for joining us anyway. So we're here to share our breastfeeding journey, right? Me and Erica. And I will actually never forget the first time I breastfeed. It was really an emotional moment. My story is really not out of the ordinary, but I hope even the simplest story can inspire you to breastfeed. So I do realize that a lot of people seem to worry about giving birth, and not so much about postnatal care and breastfeeding. But so for me, how do I prep for breastfeeding? I just, when you're pregnant and you're awaiting the birth of your baby, right? What you can do is you can read up a lot. So I make sure to read up on breastfeeding books to educate myself on what to expect, because really I think knowledge is key. And I also prep my mom, I prep my mom-in-law, and I'm thankful that, because my mom-in-law used to be a midwife. And I also prep my hubby for my breastfeeding journey ahead. So I read books, I watch videos, and really knowledge is more important than any other tools out there. So Erica, do you want to share a bit about your breastfeeding journey?
Okay. So maybe just okay. I started breastfeeding, when baby is born, and it wasn't a very smooth one. Because before that, I mean, we were in the US, so me, my husband, and baby, it's the first child, and I don't really have any help. So my family wasn't there. I don't know anyone. So basically, it's just like all the support group I can find. It wasn't easy because when I first started, there wasn't enough supply, and I didn't know who to consult. I don't have like a lactation consultant, and I don't know who else to approach. So it was really tough because the baby didn't, poop or pee for the first like few days, because I thought that she's getting enough, but she didn't. So I had to, make an emergency call to the hospital and ask what's the issue. Kind of panicking. And then I realized the doctor said you have to give formula. So that's when I realized that, oh, there's something wrong and what should I do? So in the end, I found like a lactation class. So that's when I know that, oh, how important is a support group when you can approach and, latch the right way, what you can do to increase your milk supply and stuff like that. So after which it got easier and easier. But then again, it's just a learning journey. So when I moved back to Singapore a year ago, and then I joined Mothercare, I just realized that how important, moms should come together to even encourage support and just to share our anything, our knowledge, our tips to help one another, because it's a whole new world and we're all learning together. So that's the purpose of this. And also my breastfeeding journey, it's only about less than a year. I mean, I tried so hard. It's not because of, how time consuming it is not, because I think we all will do anything for our kids, but it's just my supply wasn't enough. So if I'm given a second chance, I think I will redo it again. I'll probably learn something from this session and see what I can improve to increase my milk supply.
Almost
Yeah.
1 year of breastfeeding. That sounds really great. Yeah.
It's fun. I just like, how you're able to connect with your child. It's something that no one else around you can feel it, and that bond, the latching, and then you get to, speak to your baby. It's just amazing. I can't really describe that feeling.
Yeah.
I'm sure, yeah, it's just
It's, it cannot be described in words. It's just so amazing when you become a mom and you can breastfeed your baby. Yeah. So I can never forget the first few times I latched my daughter. Yeah.
It's surreal. And I think one thing to share is I know the very start, it can be really difficult and stressful. And then, like if you don't have a supply or you're under stress about, postpartum and stuff, it does. I mean, one thing to note is don't give up, because once you have a hang of a routine, it will get easier along the way.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm. That's just my advice, to share with everyone today.
All right, so I will continue with sharing, my journey, my breastfeeding journey here with all of you. Uh, so, so how did it start? Well, I was still 40 weeks pregnant and baby did not want to come out. So it's already 40 weeks. So I had a birth to be induced, and there were some medical complications when baby just came out. So I didn't manage to latch during the golden hour, the hour where you need to put baby on your skin to skin. That is the precious moment. So if you can, do try to have that precious time with baby, your skin to skin. And in the ward, I was squeezing out colostrum in the syringe. So the nurses there will provide you with a syringe, and they will teach you on tips how to squeeze out the colostrum from your breast. So the milk did take a while to come in, right? So milk came in around 3 days later. So what I did was I kept trying to hand express, and also to add in a few pump sessions to let the milk kick in. And I'm so thankful for the help of the LC in the wards. So I actually went into their lactation room. It was very cozy. I really liked it. It was cozy, and there was a cozy sofa with curtains to cordon off the room. And there was a hospital grade pump there for mothers who wants to use the pump, and it can be interchangeable with other moms because of the parts that can be changed out. So cleanliness issue is not a problem. So as much as possible, we were encouraged to do skin to skin. So when baby is first out of the womb, the first voice they hear is yours, the mom's, right? And the sound they are familiar with is in the womb is your heartbeat. So when you put them on the chest, they actually find comfort, and they eventually find a way to your breast. So that's where latching comes natural to them. And sometimes they may need a little bit of help. So we just need to help guide them, hold your breast, and they will continue to latch on. So we were taught to just lean back and put baby on your tummy, and your face facing baby. I mean, that's the best position, right? You just gave birth and you're in awe of this wonderful being that you just created and brought into the world. So I'm just so thankful at that point with baby and my hubby beside me. So I mean, we all bring baby into the world knowing that you want to provide them with the best and what nature provides us. So that milk goodness that will come in and flow. And actually, there's a saying that breastfeeding is really 90% determination and 10% breast milk. So it's really not about how much breast milk you have, but how much you are willing to push through the challenges. So I latched on as much as I can in the hospital to allow milk to come in. And so the nurses will actually pull baby beside you. I think that's really helpful, to let baby room in with mummies now. Is really a good initiative for hospitals to let mummy have the bonding time with baby. So that really helped. Really love that when baby is there, they bring baby from the nursery, and you can just hold and carry baby. That's all you want after you give birth. Yeah, so that was really precious moment. So actually it hurt when it just started out. So latching, the sensation was really different. It's really something new. It's like a tingling feeling when it happens. And if you are a first time mom, you thought, whatever your purpose your breast was for, it's just different now. Your motherly instincts immediately kicked in, and when you latch that suckling, you just know that your baby is going to be nourished. So actually, all you really need is just yourself, your breast, lots of water, and not to stress about it. So I did prepare some essentials, such as like one nursing bra, uh, a double electric breast pump, and just a carrier if it's needed. But really, all you need is just the ample rest and yourself and baby, right? So when we got home, my one and sole responsibility is to care for baby. So that was what I set out, to want to achieve. So I let everyone else care about the rest of the stuff, knowing that you need to rest as much as possible, eat well for postpartum care and nursing baby. So I slept with baby almost 24/7 during the confinement month. She was just on my bed or just, beside me in a co-sleeper. So I do expect crying, right? I mean, I do expect baby to be crying every 3 hours for feeding, but I really did not expect baby to be crying so often. So my daughter was crying almost like every hour, and I just do not know why. Uh, I Google online and I went on support groups, and I soon learned that it's actually perfectly normal for babies to be crying in the first months, and it's just their way of communicating with us. So that's really the only way they can communicate with us. So baby would be feeding for 5 minutes and then fall asleep for 1 hour and then cry again for milk. Erica, do you experience this as well?
No, I think mine only cries because there isn't enough.
Mm,
I mean, I didn't know anything, so I kept latching her, and I thought like, oh, okay, I don't know, maybe it's the latch way and stuff. So that's what I'm facing. Like, maybe she's not, latching the right way, or I never ever thought because I don't have supply. I was just like being naive and like, oh, okay, maybe it's the way I hold the baby. And at the point of time, Google is just my friend, so everything you just Google, you check, and yeah, that's how I kind of overcome until I attended a lesson, like a class, where basically in New York, like it's just maybe 10 mummies with their newborn baby just sit there, chit chat, and you have like a consultant walking around in circle to teach you how to latch the right way. And that's where how I learned. So I think I feel it's like important for us to really reach out and not just get confused or lost and then just give up like that. So reaching out really does help a lot.
yeah. Yeah, it's great that you went to find support groups and
Mm.
even the LC in the ward. Yeah, so I think the LCs really helped us during our breastfeeding time when we first started our journey. Yeah.
I think the system in US and Singapore might be a bit different. So I wasn't given what you mentioned earlier. Like I don't really have a LC. So mine is basically after you give birth, the next day they have a class. So you kind of had to walk to another ward.
Mm,
And I was struggling because you're kind of in pain. So then that's when you sit down, they give you classes. So that was the support we have. And I mean, that's yeah. I think having a personal LC at the hospital teaching you like one on one, it's very different. Yeah.
yeah. But then the LC weren't always there. So, because she will be moving around. Yeah, but sometimes when you're a mom, you just have to try first. You just try,
Mm.
see how it goes. Just go on with breastfeeding and see if it works out, right? So I guess that's all really what we need is to just go ahead and try, uh, equip yourself with knowledge first. Yeah.
Mm. I think maybe what I do have some questions that maybe can help us, that you can actually share your experience during this session.
Mm.
So one of them is, will milk supply decrease after baby latch on?
Uh, Actually, milk supply. Okay, so okay, I'll just continue sharing about my journey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
if that helps, and then maybe in when while sharing my journey, you can find out more about from there whether the milk supply increases when baby latches on. Yeah, so okay, when we got home, so when we got home in Singapore, we have our confinement nannies, right? So confinement nannies plays a huge part in ensuring our smooth breastfeeding journey. So, but the whole time I just wanted to be my baby. I just wanted to protect her, to feed her, and the idea of her being away just made me feel uncomfortable. So I latched my daughter as much as I could, and I found out that as the more I latch her, the more milk I actually have. So so that is when the milk starts to kick in. So the latching action from Eliana really helped to let the milk kick in. So the it's like a natural instinct for babies. The more they suckle and it sends signals to our body to produce more milk. Yeah, so that was really amazing how our bodies are. Yeah, uh so I actually got a nanny that was really pro breastfeeding, and I'm really thankful for it. So uh it does not mean that when nanny is doing the lesser work and not waking up to feed baby, well, actually feeding baby is the job of ours, right? So I just sleep with baby at night and side latching. I found side latching to be really helpful. So I just stretch out my arms, lie on the side, and just let baby have my breast. So whenever she cries at night, she'll just turn over and latches onto me. And that really made our sleep easier because I was close to her, she was close to me, and she could smell me. And then when she just gets her sleep, drinks, and then goes back to sleep again. And when my hubby comes home from work after his paternity leave, he will ask me, "So what have you been doing with baby today? What adventures have you done with baby today?" Nothing, just sleeping and feeding the baby. So, yeah.
I think that
So
that's what I do as well. Because in order to have enough sleep in the night, you just, yeah, side latch so that both baby get what she wants, what he or she wants, and then you also kind of get enough sleep.
yeah,
Mm.
but sometimes the feeding does get confusing. Like when I feed baby on my right side, I forgot the next time that okay, which side am I supposed to feed baby on? Do you have that issue as well?
No, because I'm a left-hander, so I kind of know which side I feel better sleeping on. And
Uh,
I think you can tell because of the the weight of your breast. One can
mm,
be heavier, one will be, yeah. So that's how I know. And then you have to change side again. I mean, like the next day or something.
but
Mm.
like during the day, do you experience yourself forgetting which side you last fed baby on?
I think there was a couple of times, yeah. And then you just what I do is I just hand express. So then
Mm,
I realize that, oh, okay, actually it's that side. Yeah.
wow, okay. So the full side, that's the one you know that you didn't last feed baby on, right? Because it get filled so fast.
Mm.
Yeah. So I had the same issue also. So what I did was I actually have a rubber band I put around my wrist on the side that I need to latch on the next time. So let's say if today I latched on the right side now, and baby still baby is full on the right side, and I try to wake baby up, try to give baby the left side, but baby still is sleeping, right? So I'll put the rubber band on the right side to remind myself that, okay, it's time to feed baby on the right side the next time baby wants to feed. So I think this is a tip that you mummies can try as well. Because when your breasts are full and on the next feed, you just forgot which side to give baby first, right? And when you actually remind yourselves, okay, let's give the right side first. I think this is a helpful tip to make sure our breasts are clear, because clear breasts, will help to produce more milk. And then, yeah, Erica, do you have any tips here?
Tips to increase milk supply.
Oh, tips to like just any breastfeeding tips that you did along the way that help.
I think what really helps is always pump before you. I mean, like for me, my baby goes to sleep at, for example, 6, because
Mm,
US it just get dark really quick because like winter baby, and I will pump before I sleep. So I make sure I clear my boob so that I will kind of increase the milk supply. So
mm,
that's one thing I will do every day. And then other than pumping 3 to 4 hours, I mean, for me, everyone has their own way. No way is a wrong one. So I sometimes prefer pumping because I think I want to, watch her drinking from the bottle. I just want it's different. So sometimes I just pump and then put in a bottle and give it to her. Or sometimes, like in the middle of the night, I will just latch. So whichever way the mom feels it's, I mean, more comfortable and less tiring for yourself, please,
mm,
go ahead and do it. So I think my tip is pumping before you sleep so you can clear the boobs for more supply, as well as for me is I latch every time I know she wants to drink. So I don't
mm.
really follow like a routine because I know some people are quite, like they just follow every 3 hours. But when the baby cry, they really want to latch, just give it to them because there's, yeah, no way you're spoiling a baby.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, that's so true. So when baby cries, just bring baby to your breast and just latch. Your comfort, your smell, your cradle, that's what can satisfy baby. And that milk, that goodness that you have in your breast. Yeah. So I don't know about you, but I experienced some moments where Eliana was just really very fussy in the evenings. She was just crying, even after feeds as well. So I soon learned that those are growth spurts. So it's like when nothing almost seems to soothe them, and then the constant feeding just really helps us. Uh, so she wants to constantly latch, right? And I soon learned that actually the constant latching that she wants during those evenings is actually a way to help to increase our supply. So it's amazing how our babies are trying to communicate with us through breastfeeding as well, and communicating with our bodies to make more milk.
Mm.
So I actually downloaded this Wonder Weeks app to
That's
track their growth spurt.
mm,
Use that too.
mm.
Yeah, I think it's a quite
I
useful app.
just use the app The Bum.
Mm.
Yeah. So then when I return back to Singapore, there's the Asian Parent. So these are a few apps that, I mean, there's no harm. So I have like 1 or 2 apps just in case you want to confirm what you are reading, is it true? And actually, yeah, funny enough, they are all like so relevant to the baby growth stage. Mm.
Yeah. So I think it's really helpful as a new mom and you're quite clueless with what's going on. And then this app sort of give you a rough, ping you to what to expect in the next coming week. And you know that, okay, this is actually perfectly normal, right? So I guess with a newborn and breastfeeding, you never really know what to expect. So for me, when I hit the 2.5 months mark, Eliana was more satisfied in my breast, and I kind of get the hang of breastfeeding. It's almost the time where your milk start to stabilize as well. So there was one time I was actually changing her diapers on the changing table, and her legs were just, perpendicular to my chest, right? So I bent down, trying to kiss her, and just share a moment with her, and she suddenly kicked me so hard. Her legs just kicked me and kicked my breast. So I had this redness on my breast, and it was so painful. It just wouldn't go away. After that it swelled a bit, and then after that I realized that I started to have a blocked duct because of that incident.
Mm.
Yeah.
Ouch.
So yeah, it was painful. I mean, you don't expect a 2.5 months baby to kick so hard, right? Yeah, but she did kick, and then it was painful. So in the end, I had to there was another time where uh my breasts were already very full and baby is still full already. So I didn't pump out. For 1 week, I slowed down the pumping. And that's when I started to get blocked out. So I was really scared. I didn't know what to do. So I started to Google online on what to do. And I asked my mommy friends, and I found Epsom salt and a warm bath to be really helpful. So on both occasions, I was having chills and fever as well. So I went to see the LC. I went to see the doctor also, and he gave me antibiotics. And I just kept latching baby. So every time baby latches me and I feel the blocked ducts actually starts to reduce. So eventually I just stopped pumping, right? I just exclusively latch baby. There was only 1 month where I really pumped at work. That was January last year, before the whole COVID thing. So I was in the office, for 1 month after my maternity leave, and I lugged my pump parts to and fro to work, and I was away from my desk 2 to 3 times a day. So everyone would be asking, "Where's Amanda?" So eventually they got used to the idea that, I'm pumping, it's my pumping time, right? And so I made sure, well, in the meantime, to also get my work done as well. My pumping amount wasn't much though. It was really, really difficult for me to get let downs. So another tip I have is to actually save an album in your phone of baby's photos, of her like just being really cute, crying, and those photos and videos help me to stimulate a letdown. For you, Erica, what helped you to stimulate a letdown?
Mm, I don't, I don't have a lot of supply. So I, I'm lucky enough in a way that I didn't have any of these issues. Yeah. And um, I don't know. Mine is basically just like you mentioned, Google have an app.
Mm,
That's pretty much it. But I think what I could add on is, in terms of having prepare yourself before all of this that happened is try to do some preparation like reading, and so like you mentioned, get yourself a few essentials. So that's what I basically do. Yeah, like then like breast pad, a nice maternity bra that make you really comfortable. And I think one thing I couldn't live without is a nipple cream. That one is like, yeah. Do you use it yourself?
yeah, I bought one nipple cream, and that lasted me my entire breastfeeding journey. So the nipple cream helped when baby first started latching, and latching was pretty painful. Yeah, so uh, when it's like almost when it first started latching, right? It's like you're trying to open up part of the skin, or like the constant nibbling will definitely cause abrasions. So yeah, I think the nipple cream did help. Yeah, but that one nipple cream was so helpful during the entire breastfeeding journey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was quite
So, but
bad.
I'm glad that your that you have to constantly use nipple cream, is it, during all your breastfeeding sessions?
Yeah, because it was painful.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So painful, yeah, maybe it's a latch. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
So a latch issue maybe. But for me, latching was painful in the beginning, and then I just got used to it. So it's that really weird feeling where latching is so new, and then after a while you get used to baby just sucking and latching, and I'm really glad that I did not need to pump every few hours because COVID happened, right? I was just at home and breastfeeding baby. So I breastfed her for 16 months. Uh, and I was actually advised to wean because I had to prioritize some other medications that I was taking. So actually the WHO recommends to breastfeed exclusively for 6 months and 2 years with complementary with solid feeding. So yeah, you made it for 6 months. That's really great. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I just sometimes, I mean, as a mom myself, when you think back, you are amazed by yourself how long you actually breastfed. So
Mm.
whether it's like 3 days, 3 months, or however years, I think it is a milestone that we all, have achieved. And one thing for sure is to enjoy the journey. Yeah.
So I think just when you're with baby and you enjoy every moment, because soon you don't know that my goal was actually just 6 months. And then when 6 months came, I was like, no, man, I love this so much. I don't want to stop. So it just went on, and I didn't want to let it go. Yeah, that's for me. And then so my best advice is really what I can give from mom to mom, or even from Erica. Our advice is just, your milk is the best milk. So you do whatever you can, and really all you need is just yourself, your breast, lots of water, and try not to stress about it. So go with the flow, and partners, do support your wife in whatever way you can for her to give the best to your child. So yeah, I'm really thankful that I have supportive friends and family who spur me on, and just surround yourself with like-minded people in the breastfeeding community. So there's in Singapore there's a lot of people breastfeeding, right? And they actually found, you can join mommy groups, breastfeeding community support groups as well. Yeah. So I know, Erica, in America, you join some mommy groups as well, right?
Yeah, yeah. So I think, like I mentioned earlier, without the support group, I don't know where to start. Because I think sometimes it's a mental block because when you just have a baby, you just want to stay at home with the baby. You just want to
Mm.
stay in the bubble. You don't really want to reach out for help. You don't want to go out. So I think that is what I'm facing because it's part of like postpartum. So I think it's very important that you guys reach out for help. Ask all your. There's a lot of community groups happening, like formed already in Singapore. So I think that is one thing we can actually reach out to or prepare beforehand. So join the groups before you actually give birth. So that is
Mm.
one encouragement that you can actually seek out to.
Yeah. So, well, if you guys do have any questions regarding breastfeeding or any problems, you can actually reach out to BMSG as well. They are a wonderful, wonderful support group with lots of like-minded breastfeeding mummies there. So yeah, I just wanted to end off by sharing with you some really real life breastfeeding journey photos. Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Yes, I can see.
Okay, so hold on. All right, so was really how we just, handle the entire time, right? Just sleeping with baby. So really, baby just wants to be with you all the time, and that smile that you have, baby
Give me a Korean
crying
look again.
even.
Oh, like that, huh? Oh.
So yeah, and even we took baby on the plane, and I breastfed her during the entire journey as well. Erica, you also flew here, right? From America to Singapore. How was the experience like?
Okay, so we brought baby out when she was 2 months. So we did like a 4 hours road trip. So I didn't think I could make it, but somehow I just did it. So that was one. And then when she was 3 months, we flew from US to Mexico. So I did some research about how to make sure baby will not have blocked ears and stuff. So basically, like you mentioned, it's just to latch them all the time. But for my baby, she didn't want to latch. I think she basically was just too excited about the surroundings. So I just let nature take its course. I brought a pacifier in case, and that was pretty much it. It wasn't as, I mean, sometimes reading too much kind of, scare you a little, but thank God we were okay. So the whole journey was fun. And then we
Mm,
brought her when she was 6 months. Actually, me myself, just with the baby. When the baby was 6 months old, I brought her from New York to Singapore. So just
mm,
us. It was the flight was terrible because she don't want to sleep. She was too excited. So that whole like 18 hours was so tough because she don't want to sleep. But other than that, it was okay. It's just you have to manage like changing the diaper, latching, rocking her because she likes rocking, walk around the plane. And
mm.
that's it. Yeah. I mean, it was tough, but now that you think back, it's just, yeah, wonderful memory.
And how old was she then?
Oh, she was 6 months.
Oh, 6 months. Wow. And she didn't want to sleep because she was so excited. Not
Yeah. Yeah. So the whole flight, she probably only slept like 2 hours.
Oh man, that must be so tough on you.
Yeah, and it was like just me alone. I don't know how to handle you kind of can't really go to toilet. I mean, you know what I mean? Like it's
Ah,
yeah, it's squashed and was that COVID already? I can't recall, but it was hard, yeah. But you still made it. So that was something fun. And then but having her being able to latch on, it helps because that's when you can kind of, take a rest.
yeah.
Mm.
Because I heard the latching also helps with when they
Okay, you need to pick your phone already.
off and land as well. So
Oops. Oops, sorry.
can you hear me?
Oh yeah, yeah, sorry. So sorry about it.
No
Okay.
worries, no worries. Yeah. So yeah, the carrier really helped me. I just latch baby inside the whole time. When I need my hands. So from 1 month into it became 6 months, and then it just grew to became a year. And then I stopped at when I was the baby was 16 months old. So yeah, these are just some other photos from the mummies in the community, right? So breastfeeding would definitely have a ripple effect. And this is Erica
Yeah. So
on our babies. Yeah.
in the deliveries room, so you can see like I have my dog, yeah, who joined us in a way.
Your dog was you printed your dog on the pillow cover, right?
Yeah, because she come join us, then my husband gave me like a surprise.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah. Oh.
So even when baby has when you're out with baby, even at the food court. Even when you need a haircut and your 3-year-old wants to latch onto you. So yeah, I did create some breastfeeding stickers if you mummies in future like to use. And if you ever need help, to just reach out to BMSG. They will be more happy to help.
Thank you so much, Amanda. So just before we end the session, so I know I mean, like if you guys ever need help, you can join the BMSG support group, or you can basically drop them a DM, drop Mothercare a DM. We'll definitely, reach out and help all of us, all of you who need a supportive advice or anything. Basically, not just breastfeeding, anything related, we're all around. So don't be shy to reach out. Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you so much, Erica, for having me.
Thank you. We'll see you soon then. Thank you everyone for joining.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.